The lemming alternative with Dangerously Incompetent. A terrain of interest video for World of Tanks. I'm driving the Skoda T 25 Czechoslovakian Tier 6 medium tank. We're on Fiery Salient. It's a Tier 6 battle. On Fiery Salient, when you're coming from the south, it's important that someone is on top of this hill in the southeast, and not just at the crest on the southern end, at the crest on the northern end, so you can get shots and shoot people and properly support your friends in column 6. I'll go into that into more depth in another video if I haven't already, but for the moment, just take it from me, it's important to get forward on this hill. But you can be very vulnerable on this hill. If you're in a tall tank, you can get shot on it anywhere on the top of here. If you're in a low tank, there's some dips you can get into. I just pause it here, and you can see the problem with coming onto the top of this hill right now. There's that Cromwell. You can see there's another tank with him, and they're in a platoon. And the third Cromwell's coming with him, and there are other tanks coming as well. And they're rushing the top of the hill, which is bad news for me because I'm the only one up here. Other tanks might be able to get shots at them, but they are just going to butcher me if I'm not careful. So what can I do? Well, I can reverse and try to get to the southern crest of the hill, but that's just not going to happen. It's just too far, it'll take too long, I'll just be shot lots. So what can I do to get away quickly from these guys? That's it, the lemming alternative. I'm going to jump off this cliff. That's what I'm going to do. I'll empty my clip first, just in case I can persuade them to go back down. No, they're intent on pushing through. So here we go, off the cliff. Now, you can see that this cliff is quite steep. And if you just hit the reverse button and go full speed, you're going to go off a little bump and then you're going to drop a long way and you're going to smash your tracks, if not smash your whole tank. So when you're coming down this hill, come down straight as I am. Don't try and angle in order to slow your speed because you'll just rip your tracks off. Now my tracks are off because one of the Cromwells shot them off. So I am now stuck here. But if you've still got your operational tracks, use the forward button. That's right, push forward. Now once you're on the steep part of the hill and you're going downhill, slow your descent by pushing forwards. And that way, with a bit of luck, you'll get to the bottom of the hill and not be in a crumpled heap. And still have operational tracks. So that's the terrain of, well, there's a bit more terrain of interest. So that's the important bit to remember when you're on top of that hill. There's a quick option. It's a bit risky, but it can save your bacon. Now I'm down here in this dip, in this lakey, where you can see there's quite a few bushes around on this side. And to get out, there's basically one way out. Oh, and here comes the Cromwell to join me. I'll finish him off then. Hey! Got me spotted. Now if we can have the view turn around a bit. No. Well, the only way out of this lake, from this dip, is just to the right of me, where there's that scenery wreck of a tank. See, you can't get up here, and you can't get out the northern end. So let's get behind this bush and be ready for these guys who are pushing up in the field. Thank you very much. And not even spotted. Probably just outside the spotting range. Oh, I see he's done his tracks already. Oh, that's the bad news. The Achilles is a lot closer and has seen me. Ow. missed that time. But I've had help and finished them off. And as you can see, I'm in a position to actually proximity spot the guys on the top of the hill, but there's no way they can shoot me without going right over the edge and risk falling over. There you can see, that's the way out, next to that burning tank, the scenery burning tank. That's the only way out of this dip. Up north it gets even steeper. So what was I talking? Oh yes, the guys on top of the hill. I can go and proxy spot them. I'm more worried about that from on now that 5. And they can't get me without going over the cliff, or either teetering on the edge, which makes them vulnerable to being shot by anyone in the field, or as this ELC has done, actually go over the cliff, risk taking their tracks off and join me in this hollow. Been doing all right. Pesky Nashorn. Oh, here he comes. He manages to get down without wrecking his tracks, but there you go. So that's the terrain of interest. Let's finish off with a mistake, shall we? Speed it up a bit. Now this Cromwell is making a mistake. Well, not quite here. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Now here he is making a mistake. What mistake is he making? He's at it again. He's at it again. Well, the mistake he made, in my book, he was keen. Well, I think he was keen to get hits in, but he had 2 Hellcats behind him, in bushes, in cover. So all he had to do was spot those 3 guys, and the Hellcats would have shot them. So he didn't have to go up as often as he did. And when he did go up, he kept on going up in exactly the same place. If there had been Artie in play, he'd have been dead by now. And as it was, he was very lucky that those guys didn't shoot him, because they could just aim in the same place, and he pops his nose up and bang. And he does it again here. Keeps on going up and down in the same place. I'm amazed that Nashon didn't bag him. Alright, he's only showing a tiny sliver of his turret, and then he's dropping down again. But he could have died then very easily. The Nashon is pointing right at him. He knows he's there. They've spotted each other, and there he is, back in the same place. I'm amazed he survived this. Anyway, that's the mistakes, and now they have some odd strategic decisions on, let's not get the Nashorn, let's go cap. Really? Okay. And so there we have it. We're going to cap for the win. Oh well, that'll do.